Welcome to Ocean Chicks Films.
Welcome to the Ocean Chicks Horror Podcast. I'm your host, Karen, and today in the broadcast studio we have indie filmmaker Jake Jolley. You might know Jake from his feature-length horror film, Claypocalpyse, and I got to talk to him. So sit back and enjoy the show, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Claypocalpyse from 2021. After a scientist accidentally starts the Claypocalypse, Kilntown, Ohio is overwhelmed with clay zombies. As a plethora of memorable characters try to survive, only one thing is certain. If you touch the clay, you're gonna have a bad day. Directed by Jake Jolley, starring Diane Franklin, Jim Gloyd, and Lana Reed. Welcome to the Ocean Chicks Horror Podcast. I'm your host, Karen, and today in the broadcast studio we have indie filmmaker Jake Jolley from the film Claypocalpyse. Hey Jake, how's it going?
Hey Karen, I really appreciate you having me on today. I love the show.
Cool, very cool. Well, the reason I have you on is because of Katie from Pop and the Popcorn.
Oh yeah, Katie's awesome. I had a lot of fun talking with her and Patrick.
Yep, and she said to say hi.
Hi Katie.
Yeah, Patrick's show's really cool too. That's awesome. You were on there a while ago, eh? A few months ago.
Yeah, we had like a dual interview where Katie and Patrick were just like taking turns asking me questions. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Did he stump you with any hard questions?
He kind of did. The question he hit me with that was hardest was asking me if how Hollywood I wanted to go, or if I wanted to stay indie or go Hollywood.
Right.
And I had pretty much decided it. I think I would like to stay indie, but just have the better budgets, you know?
Well, that's perfect, I think. I love indie films, actually. They're really creative, really fun, and I like seeing up and coming artists, doing their thing. I mean, some of the new stuff is good. I do admit I want to see Evil Dead Rise when it comes out in theaters. I'm excited about that. But yeah, there's so many, indie filmmakers, and you guys really need like lots of support in that kind of thing, because some great talent out there.
Yeah. And, it's, there's just a lot of awesome communities wherever you go, I mean, I know of one in Pittsburgh, and the Ohio film community is really fun. And, it's these indie films that give actors who can't go to LA or New York or these places even chances to act. And
right.
So it's really cool. And indie films are unlike studios in a lot of ways.
Right. How did you get started in film? And you act as well, right? As well as making movies?
Yeah, I mean, I've acted in in Claypocalpyse and a couple other short films, but
right.
But directing more and more and working on cinematography, I think I do enjoy those aspects more. I'll probably act less and less. Maybe if there's a Claypocalpyse sequel, I would act again, but I'm really liking the cinematography and editing and directing, so I'll stick with that. Getting started, I was like 25, 26, and I kind of didn't really think I was going to ever do movies. I just thought, like, this is impossible. You have to have tons of money. You have to go to LA. Like, it's just something that's not going to happen for me. I'm just going to push that dream aside. So I just kind of decided that getting out of college. And there was a film being made in London, Ohio called False Flag, directed by this guy named Aaron Garrett.
Right.
And he had been acting in a couple of bigger budget movies. He was in Foxcatcher, and he had he was either a stand-in or had like an extra role in Super 8.
Oh.
So yeah, he was doing stuff like that, and then he decided to come back in London, Ohio, and make a feature. And he had like the whole town of London, Ohio, helping him.
Right.
And there was like a casting call, and in the paper too. And my dad was like, "Hey, you like movie stuff? Why don't you go be an extra for this guy and see how they do it?" And well, long story short, I went there and was an extra as like a SWAT team member,
Okay,
and
fine.
it was cool. He had military vehicles, and everybody had to go in the makeup chair, and all these people were excited,
Yep.
and it was just a start. I mean, I think they filmed all week, and I went every night that I could. It was mostly night shoots, so I'd
Right.
go to work, and then, but but the main thing I saw was he was doing it. This guy Aaron, I think he was my age or a little younger, and I was like, well, it is possible.
Right.
He's not in LA. He's not Hollywood. He's got all these actors. So that's kind of what got me off my butt to actually start making things.
Right. So how do you like, did you know where to even begin to do that kind of thing, or?
No, and that
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very cool. I love hearing that. We have like film schools out here, and there's a lot of filming done. I'm in on Vancouver Island in British Columbia, Canada. So there's Vancouver and that there's lots of filming done here. Because it's cheaper. People come up here to do the movies. But there's a lot of connections and stuff like that. So to just like, yeah, not know and go for it is, I want to hear this story.
Yeah, and that's kind of my encouraging thing to say to everybody else is like I went from knowing nothing, and then
Mhm.
on this feature Clay Zombies I got to work with my favorite actress, but it was it was like a 5-year journey where my wife taught me to edit, and that happened a little bit before the helping on the False Flag movie, but I wasn't editing thinking I'd ever do a movie. It was just like goofy videos or whatever for like just for me and my brother to laugh at.
Okay.
But I mean, I just wrote a script. It was actually a short for Clay Zombies called Claymation Zombies. Uh,
Okay.
and I guess claymation, the actual term claymation is copyrighted, so that's why it's called Clay
Oh, I
Zombies.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, but anyway, yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know anything about cameras. I didn't know much about sound. And if you watch my first short, you can tell. But you
Where can
know,
I see the first short? Where
I'm
can we watch it?
oh, I don't actually think it's on YouTube or anything anymore. It's on the Clay Zombies Blu-ray, but I don't think
Okay.
it's online anymore.
Fair enough. We have to all get the Blu-ray. Everybody's got to go get the Blu-ray. I would do that. Okay,
Well,
cool.
yeah, it's well. My main point, if you watch it, you'll see how much growth there is from someone who doesn't exactly know how to work the camera and sound
Okay.
and all that to
Yeah.
now. And that's like the biggest advice I always tell people is you just get started, because you talk to a lot of actors and stuff, and the biggest pet peeve they have is their projects not getting finished. So you
Right.
already have a step up
Yeah.
if you just finish something.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, a lot of work. So, okay, with Clay Zombies, from beginning to end filming, how long of a process was that for you? Like, how long was the filming? How long was the creation? All of that,
Well, we did a short film for it in 2016.
right?
And I went through a bunch of festivals and stuff. And even though the quality was rough,
Yeah.
when we would actually get into festivals, we would get laughs, and people would ask me, like, what gave you the idea for these stop motion, clay zombies? And it was interesting. It was like an idea, even if my execution on the first short wasn't the best, it was something where when I would get into a festival, it was a good talking point, and I
Right.
networked. So I spent like a year and a half just kind of trying to get into festivals and going around with that.
Okay.
And and so then around 2018, I'd met all these people and met, sound people, and, learned about a bunch about camera,
Yep.
a lot of YouTube videos. So we filmed a second short. in 2018.
Okay.
So then we filmed that. I met even more people. And one of my actor friends, Alex, introduced me to his friend Dan, who was a Emmy-winning cinematographer.
Oh, wow.
And then we were like, well, how about we've made these 2 shorts? How about we actually make a feature?
Yeah.
So that started in 2019, and we filmed most of it. And then COVID happened,
Right. Yeah.
and I just kind of took 2020 as a year to try to polish it up, edit as much as I could.
Yeah.
Reached out to Diane Franklin and was, because all the actors were, not able to work at that point, or at least the beginning of 2020.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I sent her a script and she liked it and agreed to do a part. And we did a little bit more filming and then finally had a premiere in 2021. So it's kind of a weird question. So like the first short film, 2016, and then the feature film done in 2021.
Right. So but because of COVID, so it would have been probably a quicker process but then good things happen from it too, right? Because you got Diane Franklin in there and, you got to polish it even more. So that's
Yeah.
good.
And I would have never been brave enough to ask Diane if it wouldn't have been for COVID. Because at that point it was so scary and I had no idea. I was thinking, I don't know if everybody else was, but it's like, this could be, the apocalypse. This is crazy. Uh,
Right. Yeah.
so I was
Yeah.
like,
No. Yeah.
so why not ask her? You never know what's going to happen. But unfortunately, things are, seeming to be going back to normal. You never know. But that was kind of what just like, well, let's just go for it. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. And she was nice.
Oh gosh. Yeah, that's the thing. She's so nice. And, um, we did the part and we had a lot of fun and she was really kind about the script. She said, it made her laugh a lot. And, she gets to play a DJ and she said that's a part normally they wouldn't offer her.
Right.
Um, and so, yeah, we were talking after we had filmed everything. And, I told her about, I was just telling her how much I love Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and how much I love Better Off Dead and all these other Summer Girl, all these classic movies she's in.
Yep.
And she ended up quoting my favorite line of Monique in Better Off Dead, where, if you just had a taste of success, I know you'll find it suits you or whatever. And it was just a lot of fun, but she's super nice. And
Oh.
she came for the premiere when we had one in London, Ohio, and she's just such a sweetheart.
Yeah. She seems like she is. Yeah, for sure. She's been in so many cool things like Amityville Possession and,
Yes.
oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. That's so fun. She's really funny in this movie too. She's really cute. Oh, that's awesome. And so you and some of your family, your brother, you said did some work in the film too? Acted?
Yeah, my brother plays the reporter in the movie Ted, and
Okay.
he also does all of the like zombie noises.
Oh, does he? I want to watch it again. Oh, that's cool. That's fun.
Yeah, that was what was funny is some of the more wilder zombie noises he just did as like a joke, thinking I wouldn't use it, and I was like, nope, it's crazy. I'm gonna put it in there.
That's awesome. And speaking of the zombies, so you did the claymation?
Yes.
That is so cool. I went to art school, so I'm totally interested in that, but I've never, ever, ever explored it. That's cool. Why did you choose to do that? Add claymation or stop motion?
Well, to be perfectly honest, it's because so I really want to do a zombie story where someone cared about their dog so much that they wanted to go like home to save their dog. Because in a lot of zombie movies, people just kind of hit the road. They're like, we're getting out of town. It's an apocalypse. We're out of here. And nobody ever says like, let's go back for our dogs. Nobody says that.
Aw.
So I was like, I would be like, I'm gonna go home first and get my dog, you know.
Yeah.
So, but then I was, getting prices from different makeup people
Yeah.
in the local film scene, and I was, at the time I was, barely making over minimum wage and all that, and I was like, okay, I obviously can't afford to, hire makeup artists. So what
Right.
can I do?
Yep.
And I was like, well, I know how to do stop motion a little bit, so I could afford that,
Yeah.
and that's how the idea came to be.
Yeah. It's really funny. I love all of the kills and things with them. It's absolutely hilarious how you put it together. It's so good. It's such a good film. But yeah, I've never dabbled in that, and I just thought it was really cool that you added that into there. I'm super like into that kind of stuff and practical effects and whatnot. So this is very cool. Really, really cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and there was he's like super famous now. He was a little bit less famous then, but there was this he's on Instagram. His name's Trent Shy,
Hmm.
and so I knew how to do stop motion, but I didn't know how to do like the actual, like, like if there's a headshot and you see, like, the blood and stuff. I didn't know
Right.
how to do that. So, and I mean, he had tons of followers, but I sent him a message and was like, hey, I've watched a lot of your claymation. How do you get like some of those blood effects and stuff?
Oh wow.
And he was like, well, t-shirt paint and da 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 da. And so it was really cool. I mean, he didn't have to take the time to answer that, and that
Yeah.
kind of that. But I'm with you. I do. I love it. I love the old Ray Harryhausen films. That's kind of where it inspired me too, because I always remembered that skeleton scene where
Right. Yep.
and so I remembered that too, and
Mhm.
and then I think that's how the stop motion came in, because animation is a lot cheaper than the makeup artists and all the zombies, and
Right.
hiring extras to play the zombies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just love stop motion. I know that they don't really want to use it anymore. They want to use CGI, but I love that stuff. Like even the dancing scene in Evil Dead and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's awesome, and I think you should keep pushing to do that kind of stuff and not switch over to the CGI, unless there's a way to make the CGI work together with it in a way that works really well. I don't know. Not to say all CGI is bad, it's not, and I know you have to do some editing to touch up stuff, and then I know the blood thing is, like, a huge thing because if you book a building or something, they don't want it all destroyed with the blood, so they end up doing that kind of thing. And so there are logistics to it, and it is cheaper to do it. But yeah, I say like keep fighting for all this old school stuff because it's so much more fun to watch. It's better.
Oh yeah, that, and yeah, I'm right with you. I love like miniatures and the matte paintings. I enjoy all that stuff a lot. I was kind of hoping that this would inspire more people to mix, stop motion animation and live action again. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, hope
Yeah,
so. Yeah, maybe if you could like reach out to new people and tell them how to go about doing it, then maybe that could happen for sure. You know,
yeah, absolutely.
I don't
And
know. I don't know if there's classes in that anymore or what, but
and even if there aren't, I watched a lot of great YouTube instructors. Like I believe his name is Eduardo Puertas,
okay,
uh, on YouTube, and he has classes on like how to make little rigs to, put your stop motion puppets to, and then
okay,
how to key them out, and
right,
all kinds of fun stuff.
cool. Yeah, it's very cool. Okay, I gotta ask you, where did this line come from? If you touch the clay, you're gonna have a bad day. That throughout the film, right? Where did that come from? You're just sitting around and somebody, no.
Yeah, it was just goofy because I'd
I
come up
love
with the
that.
I'd come up with the idea, and I was telling my buddy about it. I was like, yeah, I was thinking there'll be these clay zombies, and
Yeah.
we were big Walking Dead fans.
Oh,
And
me too. Cool.
yes, yes. Uh, and I worked with this guy a lot, Chad, who's in the movie actually, and I said, well, if even if you touch this clay, you'll get the virus. And um, He's like, really? Just if you touch them? He's like, wow, that's like extra dangerous. Even you can't even fight them like the walkers. And I was like, yeah, I just thought that'd be different. And so I was writing the script, and I was like, what is the goofiest thing I could say? When the scientist is warning about them, and like rhymes. And, yeah,
I
it just
love that.
just came out. The more I put it in the script, the more I laughed. I was like,
Yeah.
this is the goofiest, most ridiculous thing. How many times can I stick this goofy line in here?
Yeah. That's what's so funny about it because it just keeps going through the whole movie. I love that. I mean, you even got Diane Franklin to say it, so that's cool. Yeah. I guess to tell people a little brief, like what the movie is about, just so they know. They don't.
Okay. Yeah. So Clay Zombies is about a oh, so wow. All right. Let me try to think of a more
Oh, there was
concise
the
way to say it.
question that got you stumped.
Yeah. Yeah. um, so a scientist worked on this project a long time ago where he tried to make skin more like clay to help with like telekinetic abilities, but all it really did was turn people into these clay zombies. And this guy named Emilio found out about this project, and he tries to get this doctor to work on it again. And the doctor tries to warn this reporter about, this guy's trying to start this, clay project again and start this claypocalypse. We got to do something. And he accidentally touches himself with the clay and accidentally starts a apocalypse himself.
Right.
And all these characters just trying to survive. And I play a comic book store clerk.
Yeah.
And I just want to get back to my dog and stop the evil Emilio guy who's like, making this cult and all this crazy stuff. And so that's really what it is. It's like a cast of just colorful, goofy characters trying to help my character rescue his dog.
Right. This was your dog?
Yes. Yeah. It was a lot easier logistically to incorporate my dog Sandy in the
Did you give him
movie.
lots of treats?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She's just such a sweet dog. There's one story I like to tell about her where we were filming at a park one day,
Right.
and there was all these little kids. They were on some trip to the park,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't remember what I was doing, but Sandy had finished all her scenes, and my wife was taking her home. But before that happened, somehow they ended up in front of the school bus, and Sandy was just sitting there, and all these
Right.
kids formed a line in front of her to give her a
Aw.
pet and get a kiss as they got on the bus.
Aw. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Famous dog.
yeah, she was really great. Yeah, and that's kind of a big thing I was trying to help with the movie too, is just to raise
Right.
pit bull awareness and hopefully
Yeah.
you know uh, battle against the stigma a little bit, because she really
Yeah.
was the sweetest dog I ever had. So
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah. I'm super supportive. I'm a vegan, so, and I love all kinds of animals. So pit bulls too. They're so sweet. They're such sweethearts, like my hometown where I'm from, a lot of people had them and yeah, they're just amazing dogs. Absolutely totally misunderstood. So that's cool. Oh, that's special. It's like a moment captured in time for you too with the movie.
yeah, it was really cool. I mean, unfortunately, she did pass away before I finished it.
Yeah.
But and that was what was, someone was like, where's at the premiere, someone's like, where's Sandy? And I'm like, oh, she didn't make it.
Yeah.
But I did have a cool story about that, because I needed one last shot of her, and I didn't know what I was going to do. And I
Right.
was looking through some footage,
Yeah.
and the cinematographer at some point, Dan, had just, when they were together one day, he had just gotten some shots of her I didn't know about.
Right.
And I was able to use that with a lot of editing and VFX and stuff, I was able to put her in a scene, and it was just like it was really bittersweet because it was like when you see footage like that you
Yep.
don't know existed of, you know, um, it was really cool. So that's a fun
Yeah.
story I always like to share.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. I like that I made when I, saw the end, the little um what do you call it? The little shout out that you did about your dog. It just made the movie so much more special. I don't know, to me.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that's what I always kind of what I hope it does. Just adds a little. Yeah.
Yeah. It did. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Um Another thing I wanted to talk about was you got somebody to do a song for the film. Now, was that like a soundtrack thing, or is that just like a single that you had done? And that was by, I wrote it down, Fire Tiger.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. They are so awesome. And that was like another COVID type thing.
Okay. You reached out, you got lucky.
Yes, I did. It was because I I'd heard them on another film, and I was like,
Right.
"Man, this band kicks butt."
Yeah.
So I reached out and talked to them, and then I asked them, "Well, would you guys write like an original song for this?" Excuse me, for my film, like
Yeah.
kind of like Ghostbusters had a theme song,
Yeah.
and they agreed to it, and then I mean, when they sent me the song after a few months, I was just blown away, and
It's good. Yeah, it's
yeah,
really good. Like it just elevates the movie. It's just like, whoa, this is really cool. Not many even indie films or maybe even bigger productions get that lucky with something really cool like that. I don't know.
absolutely. They are so talented, and like every album they come out with, I just think is like a masterpiece. I've told them that too. I had all their albums before we
Right.
started working together, which kind of made me nervous too. And you think someone's so talented, and you don't know what they're going to say, and you want them involved in your project, but they were very kind. They even, flew in from LA to do the premiere.
Wow.
And that music video, I had asked them about that, and I was going to go to LA and film them, but something happened, and they
Right.
just they just took care of it themselves. And since
Oh,
Diane lives in LA, they all met up and filmed that music video together.
that's cool. You know what? There are some people that are up there and they're cool because they remember what it was like being at the start and they know how much they have to give back. And those are like the most incredible people you'll ever meet, I think. And I say always reach out because you never know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know, that kind of thing. So you said, so is there going to be a clay zombies too?
I would
Because
like there.
I would like that.
Oh, you would?
Yeah. Oh my god, I think the whole horror community would like that. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'd love to. We're talking about it. Fire Tiger, they said they're down to write another
Cool.
song. I haven't I've started writing a script. I don't know, like I don't want to say it will happen, but
Right.
we are trying to make it happen.
Mhm.
Probably do a Kickstarter this time. The first movie, I was working a job where I could pick up like a lot of overtime, so I would just pick up like all these 16-hour shifts to
Right.
to get certain, and I'm kind of hoping to avoid that, with the next one. So maybe do like a Kickstarter or something. But well, yeah, the whole cast and crew, we love doing it. We want to do another one.
Right.
Just not sure when or how or
Right. Yeah, that's how it always goes. But yeah, definitely do the Kickstarter thing. That's a thing now. And I really love like hearing about people that are making films, indie films, and doing the Kickstarter thing and that kind of thing. I would totally be supportive of that. And you can come back here anytime you want. You can come back and we can talk about that one when it comes out too.
oh, that'd be a ton of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So aside from that, is there other stuff that you're working on right now?
So The tough thing for me is it's a lot like a lot of other indie artist stuff. It's that whole like day job, life
Yeah.
balance, project balance. The
Yeah.
only other thing I'm really working on right now is besides trying to write the sequel, we are doing like a Clay Zombies Christmas special.
Oh, yay. That's so cool. Oh, cannot wait to see that. That's fun.
Yeah, thank you. It's pretty goofy. We got it's pretty much in the can. I've only got one scene left to shoot next weekend. It's got clay zombies in it. More Sheriff Locke. It's got Krampus.
Oh my God. That's so cool. Are you
Yeah.
hoping to get that out like for this year, Christmas?
Yes.
Oh, yay. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Absolutely. I'm hoping it'll be like a nice little treat. I'm probably just gonna just put it like on YouTube as just like a nice thing for everybody to pop on for Christmas.
Oh, that's cool.
I,
Yeah.
and I'll, it's fun. It's like I see why people like to do the holiday stuff too, because
Yeah.
like you kind of get an excuse to stay in like the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I love about it? It's kind of like horror stuff mixed with Christmas. And when I was a kid growing up, I used to every Christmas day I'd be like, "Mom, can we just like ditch the dinner and go to the movies and watch horror movies on Christmas?" And be like, "No, we can't do that." So I love that idea.
Oh, you got to come. There's this haunted house I do I do like the cinematography for their commercials, and they do the haunted house during Halloween, and
Right.
then they open it back up Christmas themed, where they've went back through and added, and that's my favorite, right? I actually
That's
prefer
crazy.
the Christmas like horror mix.
Yeah, me too. Totally. I don't know if that's a horror fan thing or what, but I just love yeah, it's such a weird mix. Like it doesn't belong, but it's fun. Really, really fun. Where did you film the movie?
Um, Everything was in Ohio except
Okay.
for yeah, except Diane's parts were like in LA where she had those filmed.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's cool. Fun. So fun. Oh my god. I'm so excited there's more too cuz usually people are like, "Oh, I don't know, maybe we're going to do a sequel or no, I don't know, but I'm so excited there's actually going to be more. That's cool. Last question I will ask you is will there be a comic book? All into comic books now or a graphic novel.
So we do have like it's a 4-page prequel comic.
Oh, do you? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I would love to do more. I would. It's just the logistics and finding the funding, but
Right.
we do have that 4-pager. It's I have it on the Clay Zombies website as like a
Okay.
combo pack. So there's like the Blu-ray,
Oh,
uh,
cool. I didn't know that. Okay.
and then there's like the Blu-ray comic book combo pack. So
Okay. Okay.
I'm,
That's
I'm right
cool.
there with you. I love comic books too.
Yeah. Me too. I just started buying them again too, so I'm like all excited. Um, yeah. I will. Okay. Any other socials and things that you want to shout out? You got your website, and that is clayzombies.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah, clayzombies.com, on Facebook, Clay Zombies,
Okay.
Instagram, Clay space at Clay space Zombies.
Okay.
And it's on, if people want to check it out, it's on Tubi, the film,
Yeah.
it's on Plex.
But they
Uh,
want to buy the Blu-ray though.
uh, well,
Yeah.
that's me. Like, and a lot of times I'll watch something on Tubi, and if I really like it and it's an indie film, then I'll go buy the Blu-ray, or I
Right.
can buy the Blu-ray. Like, there's a few great indie films I've found on Tubi, and I'm like, oh, I hope they have a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, thank you for saying that. But I'm right there
Yeah.
with you. Physical media.
Yes. Yes. Right on. Okay, I'll have everything linked in the description box below when we get this out. Um, yeah, is there anything else you want to promote?
Um, oh gosh, yeah, I should have been at the ready with that. Um, no, I guess not. That's kind of my big project for the moment is Clay.
Christmas.
Yeah, the Clay Zombies Christmas special, and I'll try to put update. I got some still frames from the project up on clayzombies.com,
Okay.
like under the tab Christmas special, and I try to, on the Clay Zombies Instagram, I've been trying to put updates, and yeah, it just a great way to support the film, or if people want to see a sequel, is to please just check it out on Tubi,
Okay.
and uh, and I just really appreciate the opportunity for you to have me on and talk about the movie, Karen.
It's been a pleasure having you on. I'm really excited to see more. Yeah, thanks for agreeing to do this. And we thank Katie. Thank you, Katie,
Yeah, thanks, Katie.
connecting us. Yeah, super cool. Yeah, you're welcome back anytime. Anytime you want to promote. When you do that second one, you think of me and you come back here. We'll talk about it.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep watching and enjoying the show, and yeah, I'd love to keep
thank
in
you.
touch.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for doing this. Really nice having you. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon.
You too. Talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I sure did. It was a real pleasure chatting with Jake, and he's welcome back anytime. I highly recommend Clay Zombies. It's really fun. Go check it out. It's free on Tubi. You got no excuses. And then head over to his website and go grab a copy of that Blu-ray with a comic book. Oh my God, how cool is that? Definitely going to get one of those myself. I will have all of his socials and everything linked in the description box below so you can check him out and follow along with what he's working on next and say hello to him. Yeah, and comment down below what you thought, and if you've seen this movie, if you haven't, what did you think of it? I really loved it. I love the whole concept of stop motion animation. I think that's really, really neat. So I want to see more of that for sure, and love supporting indie filmmakers too. And if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up because it helps me a lot, and subscribe to the channel for more interviews like this one, more filming location videos, movie reviews, and our weekly weekend Saturday night watch parties that we've been doing. Those are so much fun. You got to come hang out there. I just love you guys so much, and it's just such a thrill for me to be able to chat with you about movies and hang out and get to know you guys and everything. So I really appreciate that you guys are here and that you take the time out to watch my videos and chat with me, because I think that's really, really cool. So you guys are right on. You really are. So have a great evening, and we will see you again on the next one. Bye guys.